The desert wind blows, and the demons come out to play.
Friend or foe, they ask. But they know foe. They know foe.
They're mofos that ride the high winds in the souls of evil men.
Help. You scream knowing no one is nearby. Except, suddenly, we are there.
Demons.
Watch your ass.
From the deepest depths of the dark web, dark of the night.
Good evening, night crawlers, and welcome to another episode of Dark of the Night. I'm Alex Myers.
And I'm Eric Yearwood, and folks, it is a hot evening here in Queens, New York City.
I am sweating, knowing that out there are things that can't be explained. I'm sweating.
There are mysteries in the hearts of men that make your armpits explode with liquid, shooting out into your clothing, and that's what's happening for both of us right now.
So we got changed, and it's already happening again. But so we're going to try to get through the show as quickly as possible. The topic is demonology, Eric, and it's a topic that we are not experts on, and so we have an expert.
That's right. Later, we're going to be joined by Dagmara O'Brien, and she is an expert in demonology who we met at Starbucks.
And Starbucks is a place that we always end up in by accident, and it's strange. It is, I have mentioned it to my therapist, like, am I lying to myself? Why do I keep going to Starbucks by accident? And we've talked about what kind of buildings they are, if they look like my house. There's no explanation that I can think of yet, and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, but Alex and I not only share a love for the dark side of the unexplained, but we also like caramel mocha lattes.
Once I'm in Starbucks, I'll buy a drink.
Yeah.
Because they're good. They are good.
I've got a sweet tooth.
Yes. Look, demons are
real,
and they're no fucking joke. And I don't like to curse on this show, and I guess that shows you how serious this issue is. We're going to explore the basics of demonology tonight. We're going to explore it in depth. But first, let's get started with some headlines.
Yeah. Let's put the headlines back up on screen here.
Eric, I'm in, despite the darkness of this topic, I'm sort of in a good mood, and so I haven't finished reading the headline yet, but I'm ready to give it sort of a positive interpretation before I even get the end of the sentence. Exorcisms enter 21st century with cell phone-enabled demon busting. Well, that's good news.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be excited about this, but it's been a little bit of a hard week for me, and so I'm kind of got the blues tonight. Although you're right, this is really good news because
and I don't want to. And listen, I don't want to respond to your. I don't want to immediately respond to your sort of opening up and sharing of your emotions.
Yeah.
But that being said, it is a gigantic bummer to sort of say that something like that 4 minutes into the show. And I think that's something we can both partake in objectively.
Well, I love your honesty about my vulnerability, and so I feel like it kind of stifles me, but simultaneously encourages me to just say that I'm really not happy because I feel like I'm not going to be able to have any kind of love relationship in my life. However, I can bust a demon's ass
Right.
using my cell phone.
Right.
And that's worth any kind of relationship I could ever have with anyone, really.
And one of the interesting things about that headline is it says cell phone, but they're holding a book.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you remember what was going on during the Iraq War, back when we were involved over in the Middle East, which, thank God, we're out of there, once and for all.
I feel like I don't want to stop you talking about
Yeah.
the Iraq War, but I also feel like I'm sort of getting sad already. And I feel rock and roll this evening. We have a caller.
Well, okay. I guess we've got a call here.
Let's take this call. Hello, you're on Dark of the Night. Who's calling, please?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey there.
You're on the line with Dark of the Night. Who's calling? Hello? Okay.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey there.
All right.
Yep. I can kind of hear you.
You can kind of hear us?
Huh.
Well, that's interesting. Well, what's your question? Hello? Okay. Well, we're off to a good start.
Now,
But what I was going to say about the Iraq War is that they would use their cell phones to blow up IEDs.
Look,
and so why not use your cell phone to just blow a demon back to where he came from?
look, I know you're sort of having a rough time right now, even though we're only 6 minutes into the show, but I do have to go take care of this phone call thing. Don't go into a dark spiral.
All right.
That's just a general guideline for where I'm going.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Demons do scare me. One time, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was frozen in fear, and I saw a black shape hovering above my bed, and I was terrified. I was terrified because it was an evil presence. And it began to sort of tear at my clothing and rip my clothing apart. And I was trying to thrash, trying to scream, and nothing was coming out of my mouth except just this sound. It was just a... I went back to sleep. I woke up 15 hours later in Walmart, about 9 miles from my house. And I was black and blue from the neck down. My face looked beautiful. It looked like I was wearing makeup. And my hair was styled. And I called Alex and I said, dude, you gotta come get me out of this Walmart because they're gonna be... They're gonna arrest me for not wearing any clothes in this Walmart. Do you remember? I was just telling that story about how you.
What?
What's going on?
No, we were just talking
Oh, great.
about... Woo!
Man, you are just high on life, aren't you, tonight?
Well, no, I mean, it's a good, it's warm. The weather's good. We're going to talk about one of the darkest of arts tonight. In fact, let's do one last headline.
Sure. One more headline. What do we got
And,
going on tonight?
And then let's dig into the guests. Eric,
Becoming a master of the time scarcity demon. Now, time scarcity is both something that you and I don't have a lot of problems with because we've got a lot of free time.
right? And yet, it occurs to me now. I feel like one of my big wishes is to do more paranormal self-improvement.
I saw you doing jumping jacks when I came in here tonight.
Right.
And I was like, what jumping jacks? Get out of here.
Right.
When does he start doing that?
Right. I shoot for paranormal self-improvement, like I'm going to learn how to do exorcisms, or I'm going to learn how to master a time scarcity demon. Mm-hmm. And then I end up just doing like 20 push-ups and like planks.
Well, they say you got to start incrementally when you're trying to do self-improvement. Otherwise, you're going to set unrealistic goals.
Yeah, I just feel like my goal, I don't want to get down in the dumps, but it is hard to improve yourself. I think mastering new paranormal practices. I mean, when's the last paranormal meetup I went to was Sand Yetis.
Sand Yetis.
And I was hoping that would lead to something. And I feel I go to the meetup group to meet some paranormal go-getters, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, these guys are just as fucking depressing as I am.
But you did come back and you had all sorts of interesting things to tell me about Sand Yetis, specifically that they're dying out because it's so hot because they've got so much fur.
Boy, oh boy, do we have a call, and I think we're going to take this call before we bring in our guest.
Okay. Should we take a call?
Hello? Hello? Hey, how's it going? You're on Dark of the Night.
Hey, what's up? It's Brian.
It's Brian.
Brian, our old tech.
Yes.
We've actually never heard your voice before, Brian, because you were always in the other room.
I know. Yeah, I can only. Yeah, it's. I finally. I feel liberated a little bit to speak now out of the confines of the studio room. But I just wanted to, at the top of the show, I'm realizing, guys, that, I'm watching the show, and you guys are talking about Starbucks at the top of the show, and demons, and you're talking about how you like it so much, but is it possible that the CEO of Starbucks is a demon? And he's somehow is putting something in the Starbucks? Am I jumping the shark here a little bit, guys?
No, you're not jumping the shark. You're not jumping the shark. You're beginning a great season.
Well, if you look at the emblem, the Starbucks emblem, and I know that it's got something to do with Moby Dick, I believe, the name Starbuck and whatnot, but you can see that it's not a normal mermaid on that logo. It's got two tails, and what I've read is that those are the two heads of the serpent that represents the Illuminati. It represents the international cabal that's going to bring aliens down to Earth and impregnate us. And so my guess is that you're onto something, Brian, because why would they have some kind of strange arcane image on their cups, on their store, if there wasn't something going on that we've got to get to the bottom of?
And why? And even if and Brian, even if they didn't want to put anything unusual in there, why do they want us to stay awake? Probably to see something that they're going to do, and it's going to be
hot.
Brian, while it was disturbing to hear your voice for the first time because I wasn't sure if you had one, it was great hearing from you. We have to move into our guest segment, but I'm gonna set you off on a task. I want you to go. He says, anything for us guys. I want you to go into Starbucks, and I want you to start working there.
Honest.
Brian, because you are...
I'm a little stretched thin. I have like 5 jobs right now.
Well, you obviously have enough free time to call into the show. So I think it's time. I think we're at the tipping point where if you just take one more job, you won't be able to call in anymore.
All right, I'll try to squeeze it in. I'll get a job at Starbucks, guys. I'll report back. I'll post on the Facebook page.
Let us know, and if you get fired, apply to a different one. All right, Brian.
Thank you so much. Well, that's great. I think it's time that we're gonna bring on our guest for this evening, and we are so excited. We're gonna fly in the chair as we do every week, and our director Chris does such an awesome job doing that all the time. We've got to figure out another way to kind of do that, but...
that's always the last thing on our list. Hello, welcome to the show.
Dagmara O'Brien. So excited to have you.
When I met you guys at the Starbucks, I didn't realize it was going to be such a big production.
Well, come. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Yes, and especially to hell, where demons live.
Yeah.
Well, not all demons live in hell. Some are existing on this earthly plane, which is why I study them.
Man, that is... Already, we're getting deep into this.
Yeah.
You are obviously an expert.
Dagmar, I just want to make sure you speak closely into the mic.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, look,
I've never been on a live telecast before, so this is like a huge honor.
We're so happy to have.
we're happy to show you the ropes. So and before we sort of give you a tutorial on how all our equipment works, which is how I'm interpreting, do you want to know how we do what we do?
I would love that.
So let's before we get into the interview, let's block out the next 4 hours. We'll do the show.
Oh, I get it. No, that's banter. That's really funny. No, I get it. I'll speak into the microphone.
She's good. You got something.
I'm sorry.
Now, I see this book you've got here.
Okay.
Is this where you keep all of your demon information?
Well, this is my grimoire, which is a spell book, something that you write down random thoughts. My particular demon that I'm an expert in is Joan. So just all my sort of thoughts about her, my drawings of her, and we're going to summon one of her aspects later in the evening. So I brought this with me just as a little cheat sheet in case I get nervous.
Oh, so we're gonna actually summon a demon later.
Yes. So the goal is...
That's terrifying.
It is.
The hair's standing up on the back of my neck right now.
I'm scared too. I'm scared all the time. Honestly, I have a little bit of anxiety. My therapist thinks I need Xanax, but really the problem is the demon. I keep telling her that.
And we would say, don't bother with therapy, because perhaps that's why you still have fear. We spend a lot of time in the bookstores, just sort of reading the back covers of books, and apparently there's all sorts of criticisms of psychology, which I just assume.
I would agree with that 100%. My first experience with the supernatural, with a demon, was in high school. And a lot of people who become experts in the supernatural often have some sort of childhood experience, a haunted house. I happen to have a haunted relationship.
It's scary.
My first relationship with Jason was going... This is sort of a spooky story.
Buckle up.
So it was going really well. We had just started dating. I was 14 years old. We were in the same math class, AP Geometry, and he asked me out, and we started going out, and it was going really well. And then one day in the cafeteria, something changed. There was something about him. He just wasn't the same. And I was like, what is this? And I told my friends, something's weird, something's different. And they were like, oh, boys will be boys. I was like, no, this is something else. Yesterday we were laughing about geometry homework, and today he's kind of cold. He's kind of different. And that's when I saw the demon. Her name was Joan. She walked in the cafeteria. He put his arm around her, and then that was it. She had fully possessed my high school boyfriend. And she possesses him to this day.
Was this sort of a supernatural high school in which imps and orcs and sort of ogres went as well?
That's the even scarier part. It was just a normal high school, a magnet school. We were all in AP classes together in Lyle.
Magneto,
Yeah, that's an X-Men. This was a real high school. Demons are real.
So I'm assuming there was some kind of scenario where maybe your boyfriend was almost hit by a car, and she stopped the car and lifted the car up, and you were like, that is supernatural. She's a demon. I mean, This is the thing about Joan. She's one of those supernatural creatures that is often seen and not often believed, because she hasn't in public done such a demon-y thing.
Right.
But she is seen a lot. She's on Instagram. Now they have 3 children. He's gained like 35 pounds. Honestly, I don't know if I'm still attracted to him, but the fact that she stole him from me like that and changed his whole aspect and changed how he felt towards me, I knew it. I knew she was evil. I knew she was evil to the core, and she had possessed him.
And that changed your trajectory.
It did, my whole life. I became an expert in Joan and demonology, a part-time speech pathologist, just to pay the bills. But my primary focus is Joan. I know everything about her, and I know everything she's done wrong, and I follow her on social media extensively.
That's a fascinating story. I'm assuming that some of the other relationships you've had since then have they been equally turbulent?
Oh, well, that's the thing. I haven't had any other relationships. I am hoping to one day summon this demon, which we might do tonight, and hopefully banish her from the face of the earth, and then I can be with Jason again. So we didn't have sex in high school, so I decided to save myself as a virgin in case that was part of the spell and bringing us back together. So I've actually had no other relationships.
Man, this is crazy. Like, I didn't expect you to be so vulnerable.
Oh my God.
I have not had, I mean, well, when I say I've not had sex, I don't really know I don't know sometimes what people mean when they say have sex, but there's a way in which I
do
have saved myself.
Like a sex doll. Like I have like one of those lap things. So that's what I use.
Okay, well,
I feel like there's a way in which this could possibly be the topic of demonology, but my gut is telling me that it's not. And so here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to discuss. Are we in danger now?
Yes.
Are we in danger?
We are all in danger of Joan. The thing is, Joan is a very powerful demon, and what
Is there anybody else though?
I mean, if you become friends with her on Facebook, her friends from high school, she will tear you down. You will turn your back, and she will make you feel like shit about yourself. There's a darkness that sort of bleeds from her to you. She reads your mind. She knows your insecurities. It's like if you get a new haircut, Joan doesn't like it. Ooh, that's asymmetrical. Weird.
She doesn't hit like, but she does make a comment.
Exactly.
Now, some demons take human form, and I know they're not demons, but vampires are sort of akin to demons. And there was that movie Dracula.
I love that movie.
Bram Stoker's?
Yeah.
I love
Bram
that
Stoker's
movie.
Dracula, the one in the 90s.
Yeah.
And Gary Oldman, he was different. He was like an old man, and then he was like a young guy, and then he looked kind of like he was in like a cool, like kind of bit like hillbilly rock band or something at some point, but with like a big hat, like a train conductor. Is Joan a shapeshifter, or was she like what? Can you describe her physically?
The thing about Joan is that she's very beautiful, which is basically just a cover for the demon who she really is. I mean, I've done some extensive research into this. The demon that she is originally is from Persia. She perjures herself all the time. Asmodeus, which is the demon of lust. So Asmodeus came from Persia, recently Lisle, Illinois, and is in the form of Joan right now. So she looks like imagine like the hottest, like if you were to think of a woman that was an ideal, like if you mixed Heidi Klum with Kim Kardashian, and the hair is even like in between blonde and brown, like the perfect color. That would be Joan. But her original form, Asmodeus, was actually an ox and an ogre, and with chicken legs.
I'm going to venture a question now.
Yeah.
We are true believers of all things,
right.
But we always ask out of curiosity, how did you begin to suspect this paranormal thing was true? When did you know Joan was a demon?
Yeah, it's hard to know specifically, but the thing is, when you attack a demon, they attack back. They spit fire. They are full of rage. And when I confronted Joan about the fact that she was a demon, she lost her shit. Okay? I'm just saying. This was in the middle of a high school football game, and Joan went wild.
Like she flipped the fuck out.
She flipped the fuck out. She told the high school counselor. I had a restraining order put against me. It was like.
So she is the cops on her side.
She was like here, and I was like, "Hey, Joan, you're a demon," and she was like up here in a way that I had provoked her. I know that she is the real deal.
Man, well, I mean,
it's a fascinating story.
Isn't it so great though to be away from a place where demons congregate? I mean, aren't you so glad to be done with high school? I mean, like, you almost, I mean, because
high school was the worst.
High school was totally the worst. I felt like I was from another planet or something,
too.
you know? It's just like...
And that's weird, because it's like Jason was the first person who really believed in me, and it was like, I was on track, and I ran cross country.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
You know, you were pretty rock and roll in high school.
Well...
You were... Hey, he wasn't in the yearbook, and he
You weren't even in the yearbook?
I said, I'm not going to.
That is so anti.
I got in trouble because I did a senior prank and I threw a bucket of chum at the door of the administration building.
And even though the yearbook had already come out before he did that, it's like they knew he was going to do that.
Oh my god, I'm so impressed with that. I was in one yearbook photo for French Club, but I covered my face with a scarf. But the fact that you got away without being in yearbook at all, it's like leave no trace.
No,
right?
I mean, like, it's so cool to just like be able to like be an adult now and to meet people in Starbucks and just be like, yeah, okay, I'm me, and I'm gonna meet people that I connect with that aren't these losers and dorks that made me feel like I was.
Why did you look at me at the end of that?
Oh, I don't think he was looking at you. I think he was talking about his past.
His eyes almost hit me. It was the way his eyes just sort of whipped towards me.
No, don't take that personally. I was.
It makes me laugh because it's like what you think. What you think I'm a loser?
No.
I'm wearing a cowboy hat and a leather jacket, dumbass.
Yowza.
No. That's not the kind of.
He is kind of a little sensitive. But
you should be apologizing, not laughing it off in kind of a goofy way.
I'm sorry. But well, so
fuck off.
So Asmodeus.
Yeah, Asmodeus.
So
AKA Joan from Lyle.
So tell us a little bit about like this summoning process. What are we going to be facing here? And like I just want to hear you kind of like just tell me like what you're good at.
It's crazy because like no one really ask me questions like this. Like I'm often in the Starbucks trying to strike up conversations with people about what it's like to summon a demon, and most people are like, "Okay, lady."
Well, I'll tell you a secret.
Get back to your live journal.
No, when I was getting a drink, when I was getting my latte, I was like, I've got to go talk to her, and I told Alex, I was like, dude, should I talk to her? And he was like, no, and I was like, I'm gonna do it.
I heard that whole
I didn't say no. I said, dude, what the fuck are you doing? That was like no offense, that was like us talking. Like I did say no, but it's like when I was in a great mood before, and I still am. I'm totally in a really good. I'm in a good place.
Look,
and I'm not just going completely out of control right now.
Well, we can figure this out like after the show, but right now we've got a really special guest, and
I was gonna say, have you thought about the fact that perhaps there is some sort of demon in your life that is making you feel so frustrated?
Actually, I have a neighbor, and he is also physically attractive, much like Joan.
She's so hot.
This guy is super, super hot.
Okay.
And he's...
See, now that's your first... You got to be like, that's unreal that person is that attractive.
He's jacked.
Uh-huh.
He's like... the cover of those bodybuilding magazines where they're so jacked that you're like, that guy probably can't walk.
I don't feel like he's that jacked though.
Well,
because you told me that, and then I saw him come. He was mowing his lawn, and I was like, yeah, he's got
everything, and he's got 3 kids, 1 more than me, and he loves all of them, which is 3 more than I love.
Well, yeah, but you can't. I have a tendency to do that too, though.
He's a demon.
You can't compare.
No, but don't put it on me. Don't make it seem like my life is shitty. He's a demon, is what I'm saying.
He could be a demon.
What do you mean, could be?
Well, it's like demonic energy needs to possess something. So maybe he possessed your neighbor to get back at you for some
Why are you saying it in this way where you feel like it's just total bullshit?
Because Joan the demon was coming after me personally because I had a true love that was larger than anything else.
I'm going to come after you.
So you have to have something that the demon wants to take from you. They're very possessive. So you need to, if Eric is sort of dubious about it, I'm sort of on his side.
Well, okay. Well, if I was friends with my...
Calm down. I'm
going to fuck this place up.
Would you have a spell to blow the stick out of his ass? I mean...
What the fuck?
Look, man. Don't have a cow, man.
I love Bart Simpson.
It's so
I know
funny.
people said that The Simpsons have gone down the hill, but I still think that is a wonderful show.
Yeah, it's the 30th anniversary. I watch every episode.
Me
it's
too.
Like,
If
I
there's
love
one
all
thing
the
you can
characters.
say about me, I am loyal, and The Simpsons was good once, therefore it will always be good.
Yeah, it's like the times change, but never the Simpsons don't change,
Right?
and that's something that I can actually hold.
They've totally changed. And you were saying that earlier today. You know it stopped being good after the 8th season. There were like 3 good episodes in season 9, like 1 good episode in season 10. They're basically, it is, for 20 years, it has basically been a show in which characters named the same characters named Homer Simpson, say things and we're expected to laugh, but they're not good or they're not anything similar to the original seasons.
Alex, do you remember how your doctor said if you keep doing this, you're going to have a brain aneurysm?
He said, I like yelling. And I said, true. And then I stopped listening.
Listen.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Demonic energy. It's important to get it out of your life. It's important to summon it, banish it. Joan is a particularly hard demon to banish. But I think I'm going to be able to do it one day. You know?
Yeah. So the steps of this seance that we're going to be doing. Can tell us maybe kind of the ABCs of what it takes to summon a demon like Asmodeus or Joan.
Do you want to start?
Well, I think we're not quite there yet, but I'm scared. Is honestly.
Are you frightened?
No,
I mean, Joan will cut you. She will make you bleed.
I mean, that sounds scary.
She'll be like, "Oh, is that what you're wearing today?" And you'll be like, "I don't. Yeah, this is what I chose to wear."
Yeah,
Joan.
I mean, if she's going to cut us, then it seems like we should. We do have shotguns that we could get out if we think it's going to go there.
Yeah, I do. I have a gun.
I don't think you need to shoot the demon. I just think you need to summon it and then ask it to leave.
Just know I have a gun.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was going to ask is, so we're going to summon it and then we're going to somehow...
I'm sorry, I just can't stop looking at this necklace.
Do you like
it? Is that jade?
Look, why don't we just...
I got it.
We have another segment planned.
Jade and
we have another
jade.
You know, sometimes I'm just like, I've got a whole collection of different colored crystals. I love crystals. And I just feel like when I put it on, I feel the power and the energy.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, we could sometime go to like...
I would love to see your crystal collection.
I mean, look, I have been... Like, someday somebody's going to appreciate how much money I spent on all this stuff because I could have been putting that money into, like, a 401k is what some people tell me, but it's like,
yeah,
no.
but that's not tangible.
No.
Bear Stearns could come along and crash itself again.
Yeah.
But you have beautiful stones.
And people knocking on my door saying, like, let us have the stones, but I'm not going to.
Well, that's a good one.
I've got a nice one I'm saving for somebody.
You know, I'm just trying to...
I
haven't been trying to talk a lot, but trust me, I've been trying to get a word in edgewise.
Oh.
And
do you have crystals?
No. I don't, but I've been to Sedona, and there's lots of great people there, and people who I talk to, and who wouldn't betray me, and who wouldn't turn their back on me suddenly when a hot piece of tail comes. And, I'm not talking about anything in particular.
Yeah, because you're making Sedona sound like it's a terrible place, but you say you love Sedona.
No, it's full of people who wouldn't turn their back on me.
Well, look,
and that's not my main memory of Sedona, but yeah, it's probably true. It's all, don't turn your back on me. Don't turn your back.
I think that I'm really excited because we in preparation for your appearance, we put together a fun game that is going to test your knowledge.
How did you know I like games?
Well,
how did you know?
Let's see what you know.
I didn't know, but I was just like,
do you
she's
watch
fun.
Wheel of Fortune?
Let's see what you know, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, Pat
I love.
Sajak.
Oh, I know. And Vanna White. I mean, they're just.
Can anyone hear me? Am I the only one in this room?
This segment is Guess That Demon.
I want to apologize. I really feel like if I was a thermometer, I shot right through like a cartoon, at the top of the thermometer, and I just want to say, that was unprofessional. I'm a paranormal broadcaster. I'm so happy you're here. I wish you didn't look mad at me, because you clearly are. She is mad.
Oh, I think that's just the red filter.
We are red. We are.
It's hot.
I totally.
Are you hot? I'm like.
I am.
I've been sweating.
I
have to keep my jacket on because I don't want to show you guys my pit stains because I'd be too embarrassed.
No.
I only get a pit stain on one arm. So weird. It's
Hey,
like
Eric,
I only
she's got
sweat
pit
on my
stains.
left side.
That is so fun. But it's kind of cute though.
Hey, Eric.
What?
She's got pit stains.
Just under one arm.
Can we turn the music down just a teens?
What's wrong, Eric? You don't like
Pan flute.
Dagmara, we
Yes.
want to test your knowledge, okay?
I love it.
So
Okay.
let's put up a picture of our first demon, and if you're watching right now, feel free to call in. We want our viewers at home to test their knowledge. If you know something
I would
about
love to talk to you about demons.
Okay, so we can move.
This is one of my favorite parts about the show is when we figure out how we're going to see the thing we put into the computer.
Oh, great.
So Dagmara, does this look familiar?
Yes, this is a classic demon. This is a succubus. You can
Bing,
tell.
bing, bing, bing,
Oh my
bing.
gosh, I got it right.
You got it. Nailed it.
You can tell because she is crouching upon a sleeping man.
She saw the title card.
No.
No, I didn't. It's a succubus.
It just came up, but she must have seen the future.
Well, if so, then she's an excellent demonologist.
I'm a clairvoyant and a demonologist.
Man, let's get her one of those tests from Ghostbusters.
And succubus is, I don't often, Joan is really the only demon I usually encounter in my life when I'm on my Facebook feed and sort of stalking her. But occasionally a succubus will visit me. I have this recurring dream about melting ice cream.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go to Every Day's a Sunday, which was a Sunday shop by my house when I was a child, and I order the ice cream, and as they're handing it to me, it melts.
Life is
ice cream dream.
I'm just going to interject sort of a thought here. Life is terrible, and no one can be trusted.
Yeah.
And so just keep that in mind when, this is just food for thought, just a thought I had. Whenever you talk to anyone in this room, maybe next to you, just know that they will destroy you.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Rum raisin.
I love rum raisin.
Can we have the next? Can we have the next game? What the fuck is going on?
It's rum raisin.
That is crazy.
Rum raisin is like the bargain basement flavor.
I know. It's like I feel like a dork when I get it.
When I was a kid, I felt like I was going to be an alcoholic or something.
Yeah, I know.
I was so into rum raisin.
Well, you can get liver damage from it, but it's like I don't care.
Hey, do you guys want to climb out of your asses and answer
Yes,
the goddamn
okay.
picture?
Okay, great.
Okay, so what's this demon, Dagmara?
Come on, you guys. This is Hellboy. This is like my favorite comic.
Man, I was like, he's not gonna get it. But
Ron Perlman, also my favorite actor.
Oh, it's Hellboy.
I bet you don't have edition 0.
Oh, the video game. Yeah, I beat it twice.
Edition 0 is one of my favorite games for Sega Genesis.
No one
play on Sega still?
Yeah.
You beat.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I like it the most because the controller is so ergonomic.
I've never met a girl who's into retro video game consoles.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Man.
My good dreams, my bad dreams are about ice cream melting, and my good dreams are about Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I sometimes imagine.
I'm going to make an observation about video games,
Okay.
and I hope you guys are receptive. Video games and the people who talk about them are jerk-offs. and I used to like Edition 0, but guess what? I changed my mind because they're fat. Video gamers are fat and they're dumb.
You had such a great attitude when we started the show. I don't understand what is the deal.
Which one's this?
Oh, this one? Oh, this one's easy. This is the ghost of William Friedkin, who embodied in female form.
Oh,
this is his hatred for women. This is his misogyny.
Yeah,
because
that is such an interesting read. I've never heard anybody like kind of frame it quite.
Dark
like
of the night.
Oh, we're taking a call.
Hello.
Oh, we're taking a call.
It's Chris.
Chris,
I'm calling back in.
It's my brother Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Dude.
It's so nice to meet you, Chris.
Chris, don't. I'm
Chris,
here.
I am so flattered that you called into the show that I'm on.
Chris.
He sounds so nice.
Hey, could
He's
you
a
guys
nice guy.
sort of
Nice.
Got a good attitude
could you
compared
guys
to.
sort of look that way
Alex.
for a second?
Sure.
Do it then. You're looking at each other. I said, Chris, I'm in a real bad way right now, man.
I honestly, I have a question. I have a story.
Chris,
something happened to me.
Chris, I don't have time. Like, I know you have fucked up shit that happens to you, but I don't have time for it right now, man. The shit's falling apart.
But demons. I have demons.
Chris.
Chris, you have demons?
No, don't.
Chris,
I said
is there a
turn
chance
away!
that you have met Joan?
No, dude, she's my brother. Chris, don't.
Joan
Chris,
Mazareth. She's from Lisle, Illinois. She has a wide girth on Facebook. Many friends.
I want my story to be heard.
Let's hear the story, Chris.
Chris, tell your fucking story, and it better involve how to get a guy out of a shitty situation.
Well, it involves me trying to get out of a shitty situation. Okay, so I'll just get into this. I know you don't want to talk to me, and I know nobody wants to hear my voice, but here we go. So this past Saturday night, it was a typical Saturday night. I was in the bathroom, binge watching How I Met Your Mother and eating kettle corn. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Basically, I heard someone knocking at the door, and I figured it was the pizza guy. And
had you ordered pizza?
This sounds
I
like
did order
healthy.
pizza,
This sounds like really healthy
and
self-care.
He was an hour and a half late, and I thought, okay, great, he's here late, and I can get my pizza for free because a half-hour thing. And I opened the door, and there was a strong, ghastly gust of wind that passed by, and the phone started ringing, and I went to pick it up. And
I know that wasn't a great.
Chris? Is Chris okay? That definitely sounds like he encountered some sort of dark energy, some sort of malevolent being that maybe wanted to ruin his self-care.
I cut that phone call off to show you two pieces of shit.
Pieces of shit? What are you talking about?
Now you know who's in charge.
Wow.
What? Okay, we need
Does
to
he
do
always talk to you like this?
he needs to chill out.
No, really.
Bro, you need to go take 5.
I'm chill.
Listen,
I'm John Coltrane
all right,
and Miles Davis.
stop.
Rolled up in a tuba.
Listen, let's do the seance. How about that?
Oh my God, the seance.
This is the reason
Let's do the seance.
for the season. So, Dagmara, how do we begin? Can you walk us through? And I can help
definitely.
you. I can
Okay.
assist. I can be your.
So I brought some
Assistant.
special materials.
Okay.
The first thing you need to do when you summon a demon is make a sacred circle.
Okay.
And I brought these. You're supposed to use salt, but I really didn't have a lot of salt in my house because I don't cook at all. But I do eat a lot of chocolate, so I ground up some Hershey's bars and made some black stuff. So you just need to make a circle on the floor.
what's going on, guys?
Yeah, a sacred circle to keep us safe.
Great.
Eric,
You can.
our lawyer's calling.
Oh, is it Dave?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, Dave?
Having a good time watching the show, guys. I mean, this is fabulous. I'm learning a lot.
Thank you so much.
Dave, how do you like Dagmara? She's pretty cool, isn't she?
Stop.
I mean, she's pretty cool. I mean, I'm digging this. This is good. I could see a third member of the crew here, man.
Really?
That would be interesting.
Now, Dave.
Three's Company.
You
That's what
never
they
know.
say. Right? I'm like,
Yeah, Three's coming.
I'm like the Suzanne Summers of the group.
Now let's not go nuts and start throwing up bad ideas.
I do have a Thigh Master at home.
Do you really?
I do.
That's freaking.
gotta
Those
keep
Side
it-
Master commercials are pretty.
Oh, come on. Next
Pretty hot.
thing you'll tell me you have a Nordic track.
I have a Nordic track and an Astro.
Guys, will you shut the fuck up?
Totally do.
Will you shut the fuck up? Dave is on the
Okay,
air.
Dave, I'm sorry. Did you have a question or a comment?
Yeah. I wanted to just say, watching the show, it reminds me of you're talking about demons, and this is just bringing person right to the forefront. I'm thinking about Joan and people who I've met who were like Joan, and this is just nailing someone. This is my buddy's ex-wife. I'm talking full-on demon.
Yes.
I mean, this was like a possession situation.
Yes.
you
She
know what I'm
changed
talking
him, right?
about,
She
Aaron,
changed.
right?
She changed who he was to you. He wasn't the friend that you recognized when she was around.
Say that again.
Oh, you can't hear me. Oh, this is how it works.
It's charming.
I was just gonna say that this ex-wife, she changed your friend, right? When he was around her, he wasn't the same person.
Oh my God. Okay, I've known this guy since I was 3 years old. We've known each other for our whole lives.
Fuck this.
This person. I'm
Fuck
thinking
this.
demon now. And within, a couple of months, he is trapped in his house.
Yeah.
We never see
Fuck this.
him. And when she comes into a room, when we would see her and meet her, it was like cold and darkness, and she was evil, and she would control people, and it was like, I'm talking pure evil.
Yes, exactly. It's like she looks like a person. No, anyone else that you showed her to would be like, that's a person, but you're like, I feel this. I know. She has turned him against me. Alex, are you okay?
And I want to say this: animals, dogs, cats, did not like this
Did
person.
not like her.
I'm talking like she came to our house one time with my friend. One time. My dog's fangs, like they were like, when dogs get like angry, they want their toy or whatever, and they show their teeth, like immediate. They did not like this woman.
Animals know demon women. They can smell it. They can smell a beautiful woman who is out to destroy your life.
You know who that they say that.
Fuck this.
They say that.
Fuck this.
Can we cut his mic?
I think Alex might. Do you need us to move on, Alex? Or
Why
don't I?
we're talking about.
grab a drink of water.
We're talking about.
Beer.
Let me.
do you want to grab the phone?
Yeah,
Thank
let me
you
grab.
so,
Sure.
What a gentleman!
Oh well.
I swear.
Dave, thanks so much for your
Thank
story.
you, Dave.
And we can talk to Dagmara.
She's definitely a demon. You need to follow her on Facebook. You need to comment that she is a demon as much as humanly possible until everyone agrees with you, catches on, and finds some way to tie her down and banish the demon inside of her. That's the route that I've been going. It hasn't worked yet, but I have faith that you can make it happen.
I hope that helps, Dave. And thanks so much for calling.
All right, good luck, guys. Bye-bye.
What's that?
Dude,
What's up?
I just remembered Friday is the Primus concert.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I love
Talk
Primus.
about
Wait,
something
wait.
to launch my mood.
Did you say
into the atmosphere?
that you like Primus?
Oh my God, Les Claypool.
No.
Yes.
Way.
People like Jimi Hendrix who plays guitar, but it's like, no, you need a kick-ass bass player.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
mean.
the thing that moves you.
Oh my gosh, have you the way that he can pick, he can slap. I've never met a girl who loves her. Dude, you should come with us to the show.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be awesome? We could get you a ticket. Alex, why don't you get on the computer
I don't know if
and
that's a good
get a ticket for Dagmara?
No.
That'd be so. You've
I am-
got. That would
I am free on Friday.
Are you really?
Well, yeah. Like my last speech pathology client is at 2:30, so I could definitely.
That would be so cool.
They're probably sold.
You know who's opening for him is presidents of the United States of America.
They're probably
Remember?
sold out.
Yeah,
They're probably,
yeah.
They're probably sold out,
Yeah,
guys.
no. Well,
It's fine.
check it out.
I
Get on
could Venmo you.
Ticketmaster,
I can
Alex.
totally Venmo you guys.
And Dagmara will set up the seance while you get Dagmara a ticket.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much, Alex.
Yeah, this is going to be
You
so
want me to,
cool.
You want me to check Ticketmaster?
I would love. Yeah,
I'll
that
check
would be great.
I'll check Ticketmaster.
Okay, this
So
is
so you need to make a circle.
Okay, let's make a circle here.
I mean, ideally you'll be inside the protective circle,
Sure.
but we have to improvise sometimes. The other thing about summoning Asmodean,
Yeah, thanks
otherwise
for pouring
known
on my
as
headphones, bro.
Asmodeus, the demon of lust, you are supposed to summon him bareheaded, but I fucking hate Joan, and I didn't bring my dry shampoo, so we're just going to do this with my hat on. That's wonderful. Yeah, a little pentagram with the Hershey dust. The good news is when you clean it, you can just put it in some hot cocoa or something and make yourself a nice drink. So then you're going to need some candles. You have to light some fire because
Oh, my
Asmodeus
God.
comes from the infernal.
And electric candles are okay?
They're perfect, actually. Yep. It's battery powered is honestly better when you are conducting seance rituals because they don't burn out, and also they put the fear of the future into the demon.
They're sold out.
What? What is sold out? The concert?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not
Check the
surprised.
website.
So,
I'm not
Check
surprised.
the website.
Bro.
Check the website. Look at my
That
phone.
doesn't make any
Look at the
sense.
website.
How is that possible? I was just looking at the Ticketmaster site early this morning. That doesn't make any sense.
You get the right bachelorette party that's excited about it, maybe.
Well, no. I bet
I
it's
mean, I know
a
if I
browser thing.
were to
Alex,
get married, I would love to go to a Primus
I would-
concert.
Can I
you
talk?
got it.
Can I talk to you?
Dude, we're in the middle of a freaking show. No, you.
Just hey, you know.
You know what?
Just
I've done
take
this
the wheel.
I've done this before,
You
and
want-
I can do it again. I do it by myself every night after I watch Pretty Little Liars reruns, so I can just run the
So-
seance
This is really
to
rude, man.
banish
Yeah, you
Asmodeus
sit
Joan
here.
on my own. Okay.
What is your deal, dude?
Can I talk to you?
Eric, I got this.
Okay.
Don't worry.
All right, we'll be right back.
Fingers crossed it works this time.
You're doing great.
And if it does, it's because you're my good luck charm. So the thing you want to do when you are summoning a demon into your space.
What is going on, man?
Do you know what I just did? I just bought all of the Primus tickets
You what? Why would you do that?
to keep her from coming. And that kitty cat is turning your brain into Swiss cheese.
She is no kitty cat. She's more grown woman than you and I put together, buddy. And if you don't get her a fucking Primus ticket, I'm gonna punch you right in the ball sack.
What happened to you, man? You used to be wild. You used to give a shit about this program.
Well, sometimes the sun sets, bucko, 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 bucko. Sometimes the bad guys win. And that's what's happening.
I'm sorry, what is going on? We're supposed to be summoning a demon right now.
Everything's fine, Alex.
okay?
Just,
Just trying to keep you two assholes from falling in love.
What are you talking about? I'm here to talk about demonology and
I'm responsible
not
for all sorts of fucking and sucking and divorces. I will wish a plague of fucking and sucking upon all cities. You're gonna see all sorts of crazy shit later in the show. I invented Penthouse and Playboy and porno.
you can go
And porno.
fuck yourself.
And-
Why don't
and
you stay
fucking and
out
sucking.
of this perfectly healthy relationship?
Hey, Eric, if you feel that way, why don't you quit?
yeah. Guess what?
Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah. He quit, I quit, and we're gonna do our own show. On your set.
Right now.
You ready, baby?
Let's do it.
Okay.
This is bullshit. Well, welcome everybody to
Welcome.
the Eric and Dagmara show.
Yeah. Think of it like the supernatural Sonny and Cher.
That's right. Hey, I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
Man.
And
this-
have we got stories about demons for you?
And we not only have stories, but we are. Let's shake things up with something a little different. Let's do a little musical number to open things up. How about that?
I love shows that start with music.
Yeah.
This is going to be great.
This is going to be great.
No, this is wonderful.
How about
I didn't know you sang.
What the
I
fuck is
sing?
going on?
And how about Winona's Big Brown Beaver?
What
you know
is
the
this
tune?
background?
You know the tune?
I know this
I
tune.
bet
You know,
do.
you know what, man?
Do I like rum raisin?
Yeah, yeah, you do.
Hey, Eric,
What's up?
this really isn't our show anymore, is it?
No. Can I
You lost the rights to
bring me
your
the
own
guitar? All right. All right, baby. Let's do it.
Ready? Okay.
Lola's got herself a big brown beaver, and she shows it to all of her friends.
One day, you know, that beaver tried to leave her, so she caged him with a cyclone fence.
Along came Lola with the old baboon, and he said, recognize that smell.
Smells like 7 layers that beaver's eating Taco Bell. When a big brown beaver and she stroked it all the time. She pricked her finger one day and it occurred to her she might
Have a porcupine.
Second verse different than the
He
first.
was a Texan out of New Orleans, and he traveled with the carnival shows.
He ran bumper cars, smoked cheap cigars, and candied up his nose. He got the wind of the big brown beaver, so he thought he'd take himself a peek.
But the beaver was quick and grabbed him by the kiwis.
So good, baby. You're doing so good.
For a week and a half.
Winona had a big brown beaver, and she stroked it all the time. She pricked her finger one day and it occurred to her
I have a porcupine.
Sorry, I messed up that last verse. I'm so sorry. I feel like the harmony was a little off, but you sounded so great.
Oh, well, look.
You were just like
Just
holding down the melody.
Hey, Dumb and Dumber. You have a phone call.
Great.
It's for you, shithead.
Oh, for
Well, thanks for interrupting. Who is it?
Which shithead? Me shithead.
I don't know.
Him
It's
shithead.
a guy asking for her. Jealous fucker.
Oh, sorry. Hello. Thank you for calling into Eric and Laura's Supernatural Sunny and Cher show.
Hey, it's Jason.
Wait, Jason?
Yeah, it's Jason. Yeah, you gotta stop. You gotta stop slandering Joan. It's not.
Jason.
She's not.
She took.
Wait,
she
who's
possessed
Jason?
you. Jason, you don't want this life. Do you really?
No, it was legitimate. Yeah, I love it first sight. Type
Really?
Of stuff. She's the mother.
You wanted to date. You wanted to date a soccer player who then held you down with 3 kids.
Wait, what is
I don't
this?
care about sports. I don't watch sports. That wasn't even part of our relationship.
Babe?
I see
Baby?
you on Facebook. You are not
Baby?
the kind of guy who wants to drive a Prius station
Babe?
wagon, are you? No, stop.
That was not my first choice.
What the hell's what?
You know Joan was a demon. We had something real.
Is this your ex-boyfriend?
We had something so real.
Yeah, and I need.
He
to
watches
stop.
the
Okay,
show?
I need to stop. That's another thing. I'm not comfortable with you going with him to Pusa and Primus. What was it?
Yeah, we're going to the Primus concert together. We run the show. We're like the White Stripes, the Sonny and Cher of Super. What? Are you jealous now?
Yeah, we're the White Stripes.
Okay, well, I just started watching it and I'm really enjoying it.
Oh,
okay? And
so you're enjoying the show, so I'm not allowed to be on it. Why don't you leave Joan?
Dagmara,
I have never had. I am a virgin for you. I am a virgin for you. I will be a virgin for you. We have to break this spell.
She's not interested, pal.
I'm super interested.
What?
All right, tell
No, you're not
It's
interested.
whatever you want. You've gained like 35 pounds, and I don't even care.
Yeah, it's
Just hang up
I
on
can't
her.
hang up. I've been waiting for this my whole life. You're gonna have to take this phone out of my cold dead hands and hang with him if you want this to happen.
Listen, I called because I can't have you dismissing Joan like this.
She's
like
not
on air.
She's not you. Those children, I see the look in their eyes. They are half demon
I don't know.
creatures.
I don't know
They
what's
are half
going on.
omens. She is making you raise Satan babies who make you take them to T-ball.
Hello, we have something going on.
I am
talking to Jason right now, and I would really say if you gave me fucking space. You know what? I can't even deal with you right now. I'm gonna call you later, okay? I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm gonna put on some more makeup. I'm gonna put on some Sade. I'm gonna relax, and I'm gonna call you, and we're gonna talk. I'm gonna get into something more comfortable, okay? I'm gonna call you later, all right? Joan doesn't love you, baby. She's just a biatch who doesn't like asymmetrical haircuts. What does she know, baby? Bye. Okay, listen, we need to take a break.
What?
I'm sorry. This has happened. This has gone too far, too fast.
I was feeling the signs.
I was feeling the signs too. But
we sang a song about a big brown beaver.
You know, it's possible for a moment I had a demon inside of me that was possessing me and taking you away from Alex.
Oh, you've got a demon inside of you, all right.
Clearly is your one true love. And this spell maybe banished the demon from me so that you guys can be closer. But honestly, I got a phone call tonight.
Turn off this fucking song.
I got a phone call tonight that tells me
then you know what?
If your ex-boyfriend has been possessed by a demon, there is hope. There is hope for you.
I'm going to shit my pants
there's a tiny crack in the armor, and you can just slink in there and maybe lose your virginity and get rid of that demon because true love conquers all, everyone.
Okay,
true
well,
love
great. Well, Dagmara, thank you for coming and for ruining my life and breaking my heart all in about a half-hour span. Yeah, thanks for pouring this crap all over my floor. Yeah, no, just forget it. All right, folks. Well, thank you for. I guess it's just the Eric show from here on out. We can talk about how my life's ruined. So if you want to call in and just shit all over me, then just make me realize again how I'm never going to have love in my life. Then. I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. I knew when I saw her in Starbucks that I should have just used the women's restroom because the men's room was full. I should have just gone on in there instead of trying to hit on a hottie boom body. This sucks, man.
Eric,
you were right. You were right.
No, it's not. That's not what it's about.
You were right. There's only one thing you can trust, man, and it's putting on leather and fighting the forces of evil.
Can I make an observation?
What?
This was a really cool night for all of us. It was cool because...
In what way?
Well, in every way. Because...
This is not... Is this supposed to be helpful, or...
I do have more to that thought, and... it escapes me at the moment.
Well, unless you come up with something better than that in about 10 seconds, I'm going to start... loading and then unloading guns.
Let me give it let me try. Give me a second. Tonight was not about Dagmara or me yelling most of the time or you getting the ultimate cock tease. That's not what tonight was about. Tonight was about demons, and we saw a lot of them. This was an experiential experience of demons. I experienced the demon of fucking rage. And you experienced the demon of someone shitting on you.
You know, Alex, if I were a lesser man, what you're saying right now would really piss me off, and it would make me want to throw myself out of the window right now. But I'm not. I'm a big boy with big boy dreams and big boy nightmares, and so I'm interpreting what you're saying as a really cool end to the show.
Well, there's only one cooler way to end the show, and that's with the dark truth.
found love tonight. I thought I'd found a woman that I could ride off into the sunset with and have 1 million babies and begin to populate my own civilization with. Lo and behold, she was just like all the other women who've broken my heart. And she broke it into 1 million pieces, and then she cooked it in a saucer until it was like a gelatinous goo. And then she froze that goo in the refrigerator into a shank and sharpened it real sharp, and then carved out my solar plexus, and then shit in there, and then formed it back, and then sent me on my way. So I guess I've learned a few things, and I guess I'm stronger. It's like Nietzsche said, we all get there one at a time. In about 100 different ways, I had a rotten night. In 1,000 ways, I had a great time. I'll tell you why. Every moment that I feel pain, that's a reminder that I'm alive. I felt super alive for the last hour and change. And I'll tell you what, if it was a roller coaster, I would go back around, wait 45 minutes, and then get on again. And then afterwards, I would get a funnel cake, and I would stay. If this was a theme, I don't know what this metaphor is anymore, but if I was when I go to a theme park, I stay for at least 7 hours. And if that doesn't tell you what kind of man I am, I'm the kind of man who drives it's not possible, there's no car that can do this, but if there was a car that could drive 1,000 miles an hour, I would do it. And I'd be running over everybody. And I had a great time tonight, and it might not seem like it, but I was completely in control of my emotions the whole time. I'm gonna get real into working out, and I'm gonna eat whatever kind of synth I have to eat in order to bulk into something that is almost not human. Because I want all the chicks to just look at me as though I'm Alpha Omega. I'm gonna eat Omega fatty acids like they're candy, just popping like little Tide Pods full of Omega-3s every second of every day. And I'm gonna bench press, and I'm gonna do leg press. And I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop until all of the universe converges into a white-hot love and sexual passion that is the ultimate orgasm. So, Primus is not a good band, and what's fascinating is that there's so much technical sort of showmanship going on, and yet when you listen to it, it is, and I say this, and I have a certain amount of respect for Les Claypool, but it is not good. It's not good music. It kind of sounds like, it literally sounds like metal, like giant metal strings slapping a wooden slat. It's like the sound of his thumb slapping a metal string onto a wooden slat is like 40% of the sound mix. And then his lyrics are kind of I read this children's story when I was like 10, and it was called The Stinky Cheese Man, and it was like, oh, you know, it'd be funny as if Cinderella slipped in a pile of shit, and it's like those are his lyrics, like that's his idea. Now here's the thing, Les Claypool, great drummer, memorable guitar parts, if not good guitar parts. And yet somehow we spent, I'd say, at least 17 minutes talking about him.
We want to thank you for watching Darker Than Night.
Yeah, folks, it's been a real roller coaster tonight, as Alex said. I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of Dagmara, but we're both going to have our guard up, I think, next time we have that encounter. So,
I'll tell you, and this is sort of a macabre way to end the show, but she does know we have shotguns. So, I mean, once she leaves her fever dream, she will definitely sort of try to avoid us.
Yeah. Folks, thanks for watching tonight, and we'll be back next week. And remember,
try out for the team.